everybody, welcome back to M7 Adventures. Appreciate you joining us. Today we're going to install a new stereo in my 89 F250. I love the truck. I love everything about it. It's an XLT Lariat, but it has manual windows, manual locks. Nothing excess to break, nothing to go wrong. At least not the at least not the extras to go wrong with it. So I love all that, but the one downside to it is the AM/FM radio with cassette. I just really love my music. Hate being constricted by just the stations that'll come in with this little teeny short antenna on this truck. I'm really looking forward to getting Bluetooth compatible so I can listen to some music in the truck. It's the only upgrade I'd really want to make to the truck. So hang in there with us, and we'll get started. I got a little bit ahead of myself here and didn't film, but those of you that know this truck, there's a wood grain plastic trim piece around here that just holds all this stuff in there. And you can see, now that I got this taken off, what's holding it in there is a clip there, and on the corners in the bottom. So, be very careful, especially on an older truck like this. You know how brittle everything is. I don't even think I broke that, but I could have, and I very, very lightly pushed on this. So that's how brittle this old plastic is. Be very careful. So you just pry next to there and around those areas, and it'll pop right off. Be very careful. So then there's 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, that are holding the factory radio in. Pull those out, and the whole thing will pull back. And then you'll have these 2 connectors in the back, 1, 2, and then the antenna plugged in. So all that's disconnected. My son's working on doing the wiring connections in the garage to get the new stereo hooked so that it'll be compatible with this connector here. The one little upgrade I'm going to do is this little microphone right down there. You can see I've got him just dropped through the bottom of the dash and clipped on down there so that I can do my verbal commands to the stereo, calls, and stations and radio commands. So that's one little kind of gadget I'm going to put together there, and we'll pick back up with you with some wiring probably in the garage and go from there. All right, so Matthew's doing the wiring for us, and this is how it's coming along. So you got this connector here that comes with the stereo, and then the one, and where's that gray one, Matthew?
The gray one?
Yeah, right here. This other one, so you can see how there were 2 plugins that went into the back of the factory stereo, and that factory stereo is laying right there. So you can see plug-in 1 and 2 right there, and then antenna at this end. New stereo doesn't have any of that stuff, just 1 plug in there and antenna. So that's what we're up to. All right, here's the final product. Regrettably, I messed up the video that showed everything before we put the trim panel back on. So, not so much a video, I guess, about installation of a stereo, because I'm not an expert. I just read the directions. More so to show you, where the trim panel clips are behind here in this truck. Because the stereo installed just like any other aftermarket stereo. There was an adapter that you just placed into the opening, put this trim piece back on, and then slid the stereo into its DIN tray, which held it right in. This particular one, every single one is different. This particular one was a little bit too narrow, so if I push down at all right here, you could just see the upper edge of the opening, which I don't like that much, but I shimmed, see these 2 little shims? It didn't need much at all, so I literally took toothpicks out of the glove box and just snapped them off underneath there and shimmed it just so it holds it just a little snug in there. I mean, it's tight, you couldn't pull the stereo out, but there was just a little bit of play in it, and you know, I think it turned out pretty good. For me, I don't care about a CD player. I don't care about any of that other stuff. Just wanted to have Bluetooth capability. I can receive phone calls through the stereo now. Now I've got the ability to upgrade the speakers later. You know, it's just got those little, whatever they are, 4-inch speakers in there with the little tweeters at the top. So, but I mean, it sounds great. Accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. Just to be able to hook my Bluetooth, take phone calls through it. It's hard, you know, I mean, I got a manual transmission here, hard to hold a phone and talk if you ever are talking in the phone in the car. So, you know, I've got hands-free capability now. Listen to my Bluetooth stereo. This new stereo picks up a lot more AM and FM stations. So it's doing a lot more with the, you know, little antenna that I've got. You know, the old stereo, like 3 stations. I had like 1 country station and I had to be halfway to work before it would come in, that kind of stuff. Where now, you know, I can get multiple stations. They come in clear, some of them even digital. So that's that. You know, I don't think it changes the look of the truck too much. I mean, obviously you can tell by looking at it, it's not original, but it looks clean. It's simple. You know, the colors on it, if I were to turn it on, are blue, which is a little bit flashy for my taste, but I turned the brightness down. So, you know, it's just a simple, like, I got this stereo. This is a Pioneer, what is that? MVH-S322BT, or MVH-S322BT. $100 on Crutchfield. Let me recommend Crutchfield because, you know, they send you the adapter wiring, they send you the plate to install it, they send you instructions for everything, they give you, you know, unlimited tech assist over the phone. So simple, sounds good. I'm happy, like I told you before. Love everything about the truck, how simple it is. You know, everything's manual in it, manual windows, manual locks, you know, slider window by hand back here. Everything's simple. The one little amenity that I'm really enjoying having now is that stereo. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day.